Good, good morning and good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here, and it's such an honor and a pleasure to actually present and introduce the work of Dr. Fadoua TAHARI. Dr. TAHARI is a certified public accountant, an expert in auditing. She is a director of consolidation and compliance, and she is the executive committee member of the holding Finance Com, and she is originally from Morocco. Despite of this background, she got so interested in leadership and management and how we can improve soft skills in the Moroccan context. So her dissertation topic was business leadership in Moroccan companies, the impact of the national culture. This is a such complex topic since there is scarcity of research about Morocco. So she asked herself in this dissertation, what would be the cultural dimensions of that influence Moroccan leadership styles in business organizations? And what are the specificities of leadership in the Moroccan context? To answer these questions, she adopted a multidisciplinary approach to the literature that's available, looking into the Western literature and also the Middle Eastern, North African, and Moroccan literature. She followed a very rigorous methodology. It was a qualitative methodology based on an autobiography and also an autoethnography, and also deep interviews based on storytelling. The Moroccan culture is characterized by the oral tradition. That's why she used these methods. There were many findings, but I'm going to pick the prominent ones. So she found out that the Moroccan culture is evolving, but there are tensions between modernism and tradition. So we do still have key, for instance, family and religion have a key place in the Moroccan culture, and those influence leadership and the perception of followers of the leader. She also found out that the values of integrity, generosity, collectivism clash sometimes with individualism, competition, and self-interest. In the midst of these tensions, how are we going to look at leadership styles? So she found out that there are three main leadership styles. The first one is the paternalistic style. So the leader is the father figure, is supposed to be generous but powerful, but also followers have to be on the other side. They have to be obedient and respectful. Also, she found out that the leader is the master. And here we really are looking into leadership from a sacred perspective, what we call in Arabic sheikh, really insinuating and taking this perception to the Sufism. So in this case, the leader is the teacher, the facilitator, someone who is competent, has the power, driven by that power, but also is really giving insights to followers, and followers are supposed also in this case to be highly respectful of that authority. And finally, the third is the leader who is supported by followers, who can only keep power if those followers are closely supporting him or her, are closely collaborating with the leader. Some implications, managerial implications, I will focus again on 2 or 3. She had many in her dissertation. So what would be the impact or her contribution? First of all, the implications for business organizations in Morocco. There is a need for lots of training, not the classical training that we know about, but really the need for mentorship and mentoring programs where leaders and followers could meet and talk and discuss leadership styles from the Moroccan perspective. creating platforms in the workplace where storytelling could find its place because we are in an oral culture where both leaders from different organizations and followers could exchange, but also platforms where managers, practitioners, and academics could meet and exchange and find ways where they can actually promote the perspective, the Moroccan perspective of leadership. The other major managerial implication is really the impact of this research on academic institutions. What can academic institutions do in this case? And her recommendation was really to develop leadership curricula that are respectful to the specific context of Morocco. And also start collaborating with practitioners and bringing practitioners to academic institutions to talk to students about leadership from a Moroccan perspective. Now, let me tell you that it was a fascinating journey to work with Fadoua TAHARI. Fadoua is a lifelong learner. She is very curious. Her inquisitiveness is very high. Her analytical skills are very high, very much organized. I've never seen such organizational skills in anybody I worked with before, including my students here in the US. And she is also perseverant, always proactive. I'm looking forward to seeing her work published. I know she is finalizing now her book. I'm also working with her on a paper at this time. She is not the only one who is learning from me. I have learned from her a lot, and throughout our exchanges are of social nature and also academic nature. I won a colleague and a friend. I'm so proud of her. One thing I should say about her, she enjoys literary writing. She writes short stories in Arabic. She is excellent in French, but she also writes in Arabic. So Fadoua, I am truly proud of you. I am here to celebrate with you and also all my colleagues on this platform. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Khadija. Thank you, Professor. Thank you, Daisy, and thank you, Yael. It was a hard but rich journey, and I'm proud of it. I congratulate all the colleagues. It is a great day. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Professor ARKOUBI, for joining us from the States.
You're welcome.